It's June 4th, 2016. My last video was around March 1st when we did the end of the winter pruning for the grapevines. And I don't know, about 3 weeks ago or a month ago, we had a big freeze. Got down to 25 degrees. And these vines up here, I just covered with sheets. And the ones in the back of the property, we actually put water to. But even before the big freeze that we had that one night, I just wasn't seeing many buds being produced up high. And as you can see, and I don't know, and this is kind of like the way it's been for now. I pruned these obviously up in March, like I said, in March, and but I have absolutely no bud production. It's almost dead all the way up, and I've got new bud production starting down here. So I'm gonna have to prune these probably starting here. I've tried to give them every opportunity. Like I said, it's June 4th, and it's just it's really not good. Now my fruit trees are doing really well this year. We had a really mild winter, so I can't imagine why all these buds are dead. But this is this is Fredonia grape right here, and this is a Concord, and basically it's the same thing, you know. All the buds, and I trimmed it off the top up here, and it didn't bud, and the spur that I left for last year, that didn't bud, and the one below it didn't bud, and so the one below that finally did bud, and then now it's growing up. So I'm growing a new vine up to my top cordon wire. And this was an extremely aggressive vine last year. This is the front neck, and it got hit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can see it grew really well last year, but I have zero bud growth. I had sap coming out the end after I pruned it, and it started warming up. The sap was coming out of all ends, but there was no bud production whatsoever on any of this. So I've been trying to give it every opportunity to for the secondary or tertiary buds to develop, but it hasn't shown a thing. And so all the way down here, now I had a nice bud develop here, and so I'm going to be using this one as my main stock, and then split that off and just, I guess, start from scratch again and create a new cordon, which is a shame. You know, I was hoping maybe I'd get a few grapes this year. Now there was grapes developing as soon as it started budding out. It started producing grapes down here, but who wants grapes down here? And again, lots of bald spots on the vine itself. Don't know why. Here's another Concord that I had trimmed back pencil thickness to about midway between the mid wire and the top cordon wire, and it didn't develop. These are ones I protected by sheets. Didn't develop, again didn't develop, and didn't develop. And then we finally get down here, and it's finally a bud finally broke, and now I'm restarting again, basically. So like I said, it's a bit of a shame. I'm not sure what I did wrong, if I did anything wrong, but I hope people can write and tell me what they think the issue was, or if they've seen similar with their own grapevines. But it's a big mystery to me, because like I said, I'm newer. I'm just, I'm learning as we go here. As you can see, my fruit trees are doing fairly well. This is the giant Asian pear that I planted last July, actually, doing fairly well. I actually retransplanted it from there to there this spring, because I just planted it crookedly anyways. And this is the peach tree that I planted last July as well. Got those from Stark Brothers, and it's doing really well, really well. And I'm hoping to get some peaches maybe next year. Pear trees doing well. Got branches kind of pulled down a little bit to try to get them to grow out, not up. But got a few peaches, or a few pears on here. This is I think this is a Bartlett. This is a Parker pear, and this is the Bartlett pear, and that's actually rebounding a little bit better than last year. Last year it wasn't doing so good, but you know, this year I got a foot of new growth and whatnot. So this only produced a few flowers this year, and this has to cross-pollinate with my other tree which had 100 flowers on it, but there's just not enough cross-pollination to produce much fruit. This is another pear tree that I planted last July, late midsummer, but it's doing really, really well. I'm surprised for the peaches that they're doing so well. And then this is another pear tree that I got. So let's go back here, and the grapes back here are the ones that I put water on that night that it got down to 25, and I had icicles stretched from one end to the other, and the water actually seemed to protect the buds a lot better back here. Now these are the Somerset grapes, these two right here, and they are actually my most aggressive vines right now, and they were not the most, they were the least aggressive last year. But I pruned it off to pencil thickness to right here. Now I didn't get a early bud break here, but it broke right below it, and now I've got one, and it's almost up to the top cordon. And then I've also got another stalk that I let grow because I just wanted to see which one would be healthier. This is a little thicker stalk, and I might end up going with that one just because it's a little thicker and a little healthier. And we'll just kind of, I'm just gonna kind of let them both go, and we'll see which one I prune out. Again. Here's another Somerset. Again, I pruned it way back to here, as you can see, and the bud that broke was the one right before it, and it's at the mid cordon wire, and it has already grown all the way up to the top cordon already, and like I said, this is growing aggressively, so it's doing extremely well. Now in contrast, right next to it, this is my most aggressive one back here last year, and again, like the grapes at the front, this is a Reliance grape out of University of Minnesota, I believe. No buds, all on the top, no buds. I've tried to give it every chance. Again, I pruned this March 1st. I thought I pruned it very well. We got good thickness, but even the spur that I left, the spare that I left, did not produce a working bud. And this is all I got. And this is June 4th already, and all I got is just a couple of shoots just now starting. So, you know, I have no idea what went wrong. This is its sister plant right here. Pruned it the exact same time. Now I pruned this one way back because of a disease that I had saw. So I clipped it below the disease, and now I've got a good stalk developing here, and this is growing fairly quickly now, but still, you know, it's just a surprise that that these buds here just didn't develop, and I'm at a loss. You know, you try to read everything that you can about grapes, and you follow what other people have done before you, and it just does not ever work out the way you plan. This is an Edelweiss, and these were, you know, kind of medium growers last year, and you know, we got a good, you know, it used to work on the cordon, but I pruned it pretty well, pretty far back here, about 8 inches below the top cordon. And this top one broke later than the one, because no bud here, no bud here, but this bud broke. So we're gonna see about training this one up, because it just seems to be a healthier stalk than the one next to it here. So I'll probably end up pruning this back down to here. Hope I don't break anything here when I do that. And then this is its sister plant, and pruned it at the exact same height as that one. And as you can see, well, this one, now here's the deal with this. This was my water that was being sprayed, did not hit this as hard as it hit all the other ones. So there wasn't as much ice buildup on it the next morning. And this took a big hit, so this is just starting to bud out. This is, as you can see, this is one of the buds that was budding during that 25-degree morning a few weeks ago, and it's shot. So yeah, like I said, it's just perplexing. I wish I could understand it, but I just wanted to give you guys a brief update on how the grapevines are progressing. And if you guys have comments or on anything, or can provide any advice to me or anybody else that's watching this video, it's much appreciated. And thought I'd bring a little birdhouse in there, maybe to help clean on the bugs. And I do have a resident in there, so have a good day.